Hey, what up guys? Welcome back. In this weekly vlog, we did a backsplash, and also we fixed up a ceiling that had some plumbing issues, I believe so, and then they had it sitting there for a couple months, so it was dragging down a little bit. Now I might be a little bit slow, but am I the only one that tapes first and then adds the plastic or brown paper, whatever you want to get on there? I usually like to do that. I don't even know why, but I just do that, and I just find it easier to do. But now I should have already have known, but I didn't realize that this kitchen had a wallpaper backsplash. So when I came in, I said, oh, wait a minute, this thing has a backsplash, a wallpaper backsplash at that. And then I should have known, because I came in here, I already replaced the dishwasher, the sink, the faucet, the hood, the toilet. So I should have known. And I know removing wallpaper could be a pain in the ass sometimes, but it's really easy. And I found this out while I was doing the job. So I removed most of the wallpaper, and then I tried to like sand it down, and then I realized that wasn't working. I used a 40 grit. If you sand it down, it's gonna work, but it's gonna create a lot of dust. So what you want to do is remove the actual wallpaper, because that is water resistant. And then once you get to the back part, which is the adhesive, all you gotta do is wet it. I use a sponge, but you can use a water sprayer, or you can even use a pump. So yeah, it'll come right off right after you do that. Now, first thing you want to do when you come in to do a backsplash is the prep work. You want to cover the floors, you want to cover the counters, especially if they're not real marble. Because if you scratch this right here, I think this is like some type of adhesive on top of some plywood. So if you scratch this, it ain't no coming back for it. So make sure you do your prep work first and do it right. Cover everything up. You can even cover the top cabinets. That is very important you do that. With backsplash, once you go to applying the adhesive to the wall, that gets down on the counter, that's definitely going to mess them up. The grout, water, all of that is going to be being used right on top of this counter. So make sure you do the prep work first. And even with doing all of that, all of the wallpaper removal, no, everything is not hard, like, at all. I really love doing what I do. My business have been generating a lot of leads lately, and I've been getting a lot of jobs, which is a blessing. But you know, you still have your daily life, like you have your kids, if you guys have kids, like picking them up from school, making sure they're okay, doctor's appointments. That all could sometimes be in the way. And then, you know, just all your bills and stuff that you have to take care of. So sometimes you have to finish projects sometimes to make sure you have the money for the bills and your truck and just everything that comes with it. I mean, you have to be able to take care of all of that and try to have a peaceful mind when you're dealing with this, because this could stress you out if you don't know how to handle it properly. So yeah, once you starting a handyman business is great. It could, change your situation if you have just a 9-to-5 or working at like a factory, anything like that. You can definitely turn this up. I can say that my business has generated enough for me not to have to work a job or anything like that, and that's awesome. That is great for me, and I just hope that if anybody get into this business, they go into it the right way and not try to get over on people. I done heard plenty of stories where handyman try to get over on customers, like taking money up front, never showing up, things like that. Just make sure that when you go into a business like this, that you go in with the right mindset. Like I mentioned, removing wallpaper could really be annoying, but like I'm really just wasting my time here, because I didn't know at the time. I really found out how to remove wallpaper easily by accident. What I did was I removed all the wallpaper as best I could, and then I totally forgot that I need to prime to harden the surface, and then I can start applying the mud. So I had removed everything, then after that I just started adding the mud. And as I was doing that, like the adhesive that's left, the little yellowish beige stuff that you see that's left, it started bubbling up. I said, oh my goodness, I forgot I had to prime first. So once I realized that, I said, hold up, let me try to wet it and I see if that does the same thing. And I did that, and it just started literally coming right off. You can peel it a little bit and then start peeling it off with your bare hands. Like, it'll literally come right off. All you need is some water on this wallpaper adhesive, and that's all. It makes the job way easier. But remember, you still have to remove the actual wallpaper because it is water resistant. Now this is me again here, wasting my time trying to sand this thing down, just creating a whole lot of dust. This is a 40 grit, but I wanted to talk about the problems I had with the electric. I had to go in the attic and trace every single wire back to try to figure out where the issue was. And the only wire I couldn't trace is that one wire inside that switch right there. that wire goes straight down. I didn't know where it goes down to, and I think that's the one that was connected to the hot wire. Like I couldn't find the hot wire to these switches, and there was a couple of switches and lights that were off. So I have an electrician working on that now. Alright, now here we go with the electrical work. I had to remove all of these boxes. I used my saw to cut the nails off, when in reality, well, I don't even know if I can do that. If you're an electrician, leave a comment, see if I can do this or not. But in reality, all you have to do is, yes, you have to cut up the nails, and then once you install the tile, just like grab the box and then just screw it in with some drywall screws or something, or any screws you have in hand, right back to the stud, and that's it. But what I ended up using was that little box you see there. That I can basically attach that to the stud, and then it's the screw on there to adjust the height so it can just be flush with the tile. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I was cutting all the nails out and then replacing all the boxes, rewiring everything. I think that's a waste of time. I think next time I'm gonna just cut out the nails and then just screw it right back to the stud where it needs to be. I think that'll be way easier that way. Now let's not forget about the outlets and the switches. All the little screws on there were like rusted out. I don't know what it was, but it was not wanting to unscrew. And then I didn't even have my stripper with me. Like I couldn't even cut the wires off and just plug them back up. Like come on now. Always make sure you keep your stripper with you. Because what it was, I think this day I think my girl was using my truck or something, and I forgot to take my strippers out of there. And I just couldn't cut them off, so I just had to do what I had to do to finish up. And yeah, you always gotta get the job done one way or another. Alright, just finished the prep work. Gonna get started sanding this down. No, I'm not that good at spackling. That's why I added so much on there. I make sure everything is like closed off, everything's good. So now I gotta do some extra sanding. But once you get good at spackling, you don't have to do sanding or very little sanding. So let's get to it. Now, wait a minute. I know what you're gonna say. Why do I look so good right here sanding this ceiling down with no mask? I already know. I forgot my mask. It's in the car. I definitely have a lot. I have a 10-pack of masks now. Yes, now I have a 10-pack of masks in my car now, ready to go. You should also wear glasses and maybe even throw your hoodie on. But today I was rushing this day. I was trying to get this thing done because I had something else to do. But yeah, I'm not that good at like, especially this size of a repair size right here. So I'm actually not that good at sanding this down. And then this ceiling was what's the word? It was like folded. It was bending down a little bit, so I couldn't get it completely flush with the other one. So I had to add extra mud on there for me to get it done right.
And in some of my previous videos, people telling me that I shouldn't be using a circular sander, but this thing's had different speed, so I put it at 1 all the way up to 7 so I can control. So right now I'm looking at it right around that 4 or 5 because I don't really need to take much off. And then if I really wanted to take a lot off, I'll bring it up to 7. So right now I'm working at it right at around 4.
Alright, he just did the first pass. We had to add some mud right here so you can see it's kind of like overlapping a bit right there. So now I know you're gonna say, why the hell didn't I take that fan down? The thing is, I did try to take it down. So I removed, like, it's a top thing to hide the screws. I remove it, but then like the screws were still hidden. So I'm like, where are the screws? Is it a drop thingy? Like I moved it around and stuff, like it just wasn't coming down. And then by accident, I hit the top of the thing, and then it like I removed. It was like a gold piece. And I guess it was also a black piece, but I'm thinking the black piece is just connected like the metal part of the fan. So I tapped it by accident with the knife spackle, and it just came down. I'm like, look at that. So then I went ahead and removed it, and I had to also like fix it because it was wobbly. I don't know what happened, and when I took it off, I realized I had to tighten up the screws that was in on the mount, and that was it for that. Alright, so that was 90 minute mud I applied on there. That was door bond as well, so it's a bit stronger to help hold this thing up as well. And this is the second pass now. And I should have really like cleaned my knife, but I didn't. I could see some of the swishes on there, but I'll take care of that once I sand it again. And then here, that last is literally gonna be a few spots. But the third pass is just gonna be a few spots, and then paint it, and that's it. So right now I'm gonna go and grab some paint. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I have to now use the heat gun to speed up the process, but it's almost dry. But you can see they're still a bit wet. They're not like super wet there. But when I try to sand it, it's not gonna really work. So I got to use the heat gun and then apply another texture on there, another pass, and it's starting to repeat. gonna get this thing now, the last pass right there. We're gonna spackle it one last time. Get everything straightened up. And then we go ahead and paint. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, I completed the ceiling patch already. I forgot to record because the fan was like loose and I didn't want to leave it like that, so I had to turn the fan down. And I'm thinking the fan has some type of, they usually put like a wire so you can hang on there. It had none of that, so I had to, listen, this fan pissed me off. I was hot, I forgot to record, but I did a good job. I think I'll be back over here to paint the hallways and install some doors, so I'll come back and I'll take the video off the truck. Alright, I'm back over here now. My phone only on 20%, so I'm not gonna record as much, but this is what I have since Thursday. This is what I did here. So I did all the boxes brand new in here. I think we need to fix both of these. I need to fix this outlet because it was the outlet was already faulty. It was like I'll hit the switch and then 1, 2, 3, then the light will turn on. Now it just doesn't work, so I need a new light switch here. And yeah, that's what it is. So I'm getting started right here now. I already have it nice and center. So I'm getting started here. I'm about to put a piece of wool right here to make sure this thing is lined up right there. Now I'll finish here. For the rest, I'm gonna start making. I'm gonna have to start making cuts because the next one is gonna be. It's gonna start here, so it's gonna be one in the center right here. And I'm gonna have to cut some of the top of it off. So I'm gonna wait on that to get started. I'm trying to knock out all the stuff that I don't need to cut. Then I can just make all the cuts. Alright, now I'm starting the second row. So I told y'all this one right here is gonna be like right in the center. So there we go, right there. Alright, getting ready to head out for the day. This is what we have done so far. We're almost done with this wall right here.